Hello everyone, this is Paula, and in this video we're going to work on hopefully 2 pages. We only got 1 done last time. And this is some old paper I had that's kind of tropical that I used on something with my granddaughter. And so I'm going to glue this down. This is going to be the first thing that we do, is glue this down. And I'm just going to glue to the page. It's just lots faster, especially if you know you've got the right fit. So just get in your corners, you know, and don't get in your spine if you can keep from it. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm gonna just do a couple little swirls, swirly swirls here. Okay, now, you know, sometimes one paper's shorter than the other, and that's typical for a journal, especially a handmade one. So I'm just going to glue this tropical paper down just because I love how bright it is and how great it looks. So there we go. I don't think anything's leaking out anywhere. No. So let's just kind of make sure these edges go down. Okay, there. Now, and I made this cute little pocket. I went ahead and just put that strip on there because we're gonna really be pushing for time to get all the videos done. I hope you're having a great day. It's getting closer and closer to our close. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. I'm just letting you know. Okay, now, yeah. Put this little pocket here at the bottom, and I did it this blue that looks like the ocean, and those were both out of my stash. But you can find tropical paper anywhere. Pretty much anywhere. Okay, and then over here I want to put and these are actually going to be the tags. I know you're thinking, what? Well, I'm going to hook some stuff on them at some point, or I may just put flowers on them. I'll probably end up doing that. But first, I want to put this doily over here because we're going to have some tropical birds. I don't think they're super tropical, but they look like the tropical birds. Does that make sense? You know, you have all the beautiful colors, especially in Hawaii. I don't know how many of you have been there, but I know when we went, there were giant, beautiful, 50 different color, I mean, so many different colors on these birds. And they were just stunning. And they'd just be out on a post, just running free, and they could go in or out of the buildings. But I'm sure they come right back. I don't know how it is with nature that, you know, as far as birds go in Hawaii, but I don't think they would set a bird that would be a fortune if you bought it. Just set it out, you know, carefree where anyone could take it. Might bite their fingers off, but so anyway, they are just stunning birds. So this is a set of lovebirds. These aren't the giant ones, but we're going to pretend because this is what I have. And I was making the bird book, and I was going through bird books I had, and I saw these, and I knew that this book would be coming soon. So I just, I decided these were going to be my tropical birds. It's funny how when you start looking in your stash, if you like put forth an effort more than normal, you know, and if I have time, I do. I just go through the whole room thinking what would work in this book. What do I have? And normally this subject is not something I would have. It just worked out this time. And so I like to add all my own stash in here, plus as much of the kit as I can. I like to do both. And because it's fun. Now I have this cute little flower, and you can't see probably, it's got people skiing, being pulled by a boat, and they're up skiing on the water. And so I just, this isn't beach, but it might be ocean for sure, because it's got that feel. And I'm going to put this little flower here. I just thought that the colors and everything looked really cute with this page. Now this page is going really super fast, which is great, so we can get more in. I'm kind of flattening this so it stays down, and it's sticking to me now. Let's get you back over there. Might have to put some weight on it. Let me get it to stick first, and then let's put this punch on there while we figure out how we're going to do our tags. Now, I think I am going to use these little flowers, but I'm going to try to fix it where I don't want this little pop dot on there, because I think it'll defeat what I'm doing here, about to do here. Okay, so I'm going to try and put the flower on here, but bring it down below. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna put anything on this one petal, so I'm covering this petal, okay? And I'm gonna make sure that the petal that let me make sure, okay, is right over the hole, and so no glue goes through. Isn't that cute? That turned out cute. No glue back here, because I make sure. Those are cute. Okay, do the same thing with this one. Now this is a little bit different, so I'm going to do 2 petals without glue. So it's going to be those 2. Let me get around here. Put it right here on the back of the flower, and then just try not to get it into the gap or the hole that we're dealing with here. Just put it down below as much as you can. Yep, that worked perfect. So we don't have to worry about glue seeping through to the paper or anything. So let me make sure. Yep, that one worked. It worked, it worked. Okay, here's this one. And see, those just look adorable. Or at least I think they do. Let me bring them over so you can see. Let's take this off. Yeah, that flower's kind of flat now, but we're going to leave it alone because it's finicky also. And we'll fix it. Once it glues, I'll kind of puff it up a little bit. But this is the first page. And see how fast it can go if you just pre-plan your stuff, and you can get it on here pretty quick. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a ship page. Ship, boat, you know, whatever. Sailboat and a ship. We're going to glue this paper down first, just like we did on the other side. I always like to glue it on my paper on the flattest side of the layout if I do 2 pages. Sometimes I just do 1 in this book, and it works out fine. Okay. Get it in the corners, but not in the spine. Okay, this is that heavy paper. It came in that same kit as the swimsuits, and it is pretty heavy. There we go. Okay. Right, I hope you guys are enjoying the last part of the summer. And have, you know, Labor Day is on Monday. It just, you know, once Labor Day comes, it just seems like everything just happens, right? So I'm going to put this old picture of a sailboat on here. I think it looks like a sailboat. I'm not a boat expert, but it looks like a sailboat to me. All right, so I think I'm going to try on this one because it's not as heavy duty. I'm going to use a thinner glue so that you don't have to worry about it. It dries really fast too. Oh, you don't have to worry about it being too much for a tag. Okay. So I made a pocket out of it, and I'm putting it here on the bottom of the page, right in the center. I'm just kind of centering it there. Okay, get the glue off my hands before I wipe the glue off. All right. These things can go really fast. You just pre-plan, get things cut, and lay out 2 or 3 things that you want to put in next, and that's how it works for you. Now, I did also make this pocket ahead of time because I'm lacking. I just have to do things quick this month, and I thought this was a really cute thing to do the opposite color, because we're going to have way too much blue if we're not careful, right? So now we have a little bit of red in the picture. Okay, and so this is going to be a pocket on the opposite side. Right here, I'm pulling it as much to the left to kind of keep it out of the spine. I feel like the tags fit better, but we may or may not be able to do that. Let's just see. We'll put it down a little bit over here on this side. Hopefully it will stay down. I'm going to kind of hold it for a second. So, our new house went through inspections. It is 28 years old. We're going to have to build a brand new deck. And the guy who came out told the sellers that it was $15,000. Needless to say, they don't want to pay $15,000. So we're trying to get them to help with it, like a third of it, and then we'll take care of the rest because my husband wants to be in charge of it. He wants to make sure it's done right. Okay, here's a tag out of a different stripe. These are, this is the same paper as this, and I just turned it the opposite way just to give it a little bit of a design. And then we put rickrack at the top. And over here, I just did a strip of the sailboat, and we're putting rickrack. I put rickrack across the top further down. This is one of the plain cards that we did mixed media on, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not crazy about my mixed media. I didn't have everything I needed to do this. So that's basically, but I did tie this cute string around it and stitched around it. And I'm going to put it in front right there. And we have this boat rental. I was going to put here. I guess I can. It needs a little more ink, I think. It's a little light. But this is the best one to use this on, and I thought it looked cute with it. So, just going to glue that down real quick, and we've already completed a second one. It was that one in the last video that took forever. I had no idea it would take that long. It started out so great, but I wasn't using my head when we did the fold. Okay, so here is the boat rental sign. And how cute. That is cute. I like that. So here is layout number 2. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do let's do the other let's do a single page, just in case we don't get through this. Okay, number 3, it's wherever you see a number 3, that's where we're going to do it. On this one, I didn't get anything other than cutting things out. I didn't get, I didn't do much. I took it out of one of the pictures that was in the kit. Get the number off there. One of the pictures in the kit is what I'm using on this. So I cut out this little red tag a long time ago. It's Tim Holtz. I think it was Tim Holtz. So I'm going to use it. It has stitching around it, and I've inked it already. And I'm thinking I want to put that there and maybe some rickrack. But we'll see on the rickrack. So let's don't do that yet. We've got this great wheel, ship, or whatever. I'm sure it's on lots of different boats. But there was this cool lighthouse picture. And I loved it. And this is the other half of it right here. So I'm going to try an old trick. We'll see if it works. I'm going to put the paper at the picture of the lighthouse at the top. And want to make sure it all goes in there just like you want it. Go down the edges. Get the corners. Okay. All right, so there is that. Let me put it on here at the top. Now, I'm going to try to not get my head in the picture, but I do want it all the way to the outside and up to the top. You notice that I put some heavy ink right there because that's where the picture's going to, where it's going to come together. Okay, it's going to come together right there. Isn't that a pretty picture? I thought it looked great over here with this journaling paper. Now, believe it or not, this is going to be our pocket. And you just have to use your imagination. I glued another page behind it. I just kind of took a part of the same page and put it behind it to give it a little more strength. And then I inked right here because I wanted it to be dark. You know, as dark as we could. And this is going to be the pocket, but look, it's going to mix right in. So, let's see. I'm going to go all the way across. And this is a single page I'm doing. Okay. Come down here. Line your paper up as best you can. And you might leave just a teeny tiny crack where you can see. Now, this is absolutely getting glue on me for some reason on this side. And I used glitter glue on this because it does dry faster, supposedly. We'll see. I don't usually use it on projects that I sell because it doesn't, I haven't got to the point. So I decided to do it in my book so I could see how well it holds. Okay, now let me kind of get down in here, make sure there's no glue right there. I think it all got on my finger. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for a second while we put our little tag together. And again, we're going to do this by going from one side to the next with a thin line. We want it to be thin for this because this blue is smaller than the other rickrack. And this is also vintage. It's real floppy, and you know, you don't have to worry about it being super stiff. It fits on here. I think rickrack reminds me of like the Navy. I know they didn't use rickrack on the Navy uniforms, but it makes me think of, you know, the times when they'd make children's clothes and they'd look so cute. Now, because this is white glue, you have to wait a minute, but it does dry clear, okay? And so you see it now, but you won't see it later. Okay. All right, let's put this little guy down here too. I just thought it was fun just doing a simple little page. So we're gonna go like this. Now, let's get this down on our tag. I like that it says, "I will be your light." Isn't that cool? Super simple. There we go. Whoa. Just so you can see that. And now I'm going to show you how this works, but I can't leave it in here for very long because, well, it will glue down. So you're going to take your tag and you're be gentle, especially when you first put it down because it's going to still be wet. And you can see where it goes by just making a tiny, tiny little pocket there. And this is where your tag goes. How cute is that, right? It just occurred to me when I put the picture or the magazine picture in here, I was like, okay, now how am I going to do this? I don't want to cut this picture apart. And it just occurred to me that we could make a pocket. So that's this page. Let me hold it up so you can see it better. Just a moment. All right, I think that one turned out so fun. Now, I have 2 more to do, and it looks like we might be able to knock these out, guys. Okay, let's find the number 6, because I got all prepared. I think we're actually going to be able to get these all done. Okay. But that's part of the fun, is even preparing where they go and so forth. So that's cool. Now let's see. There's number 6 right there. Now, number 6 is also over on this page. I'm going to cover the back of this. So it's going to be like a double page or triple page. Let me put some lids on while I lay that out, or we won't have glue to use. You know how they get dried up real easy. Okay, get in there. I'm blind. Gotta have my cataracts done. I need to have them done sooner than later. Okay, so we're gonna do another lighthouse because there's so many lighthouses in the kit. Between the 2 I bought, I had a lot of lighthouse stuff, and I just love the way it looks. So this is going to go right here. I do want to fold it so we know exactly what we're dealing with, because you know that whole folding thing is tricky. what I might do is just start gluing from the left to the right and then just fold it as we do that. And let's do that first, because I think that'd be fun. All right. I'm going to put it down. I'm just going to put the glue on here. I think it'll be fine. We'll see what happens, right? The main thing is that you get your edges so you don't have anything lifting up. But try not to get it as close as it would be if you we're doing something different. I'm trying to make sure mine stays down. You can put as much as you want. So I'm going to start, you know, I don't think it matters where you start. I'm going to start here because it feels like the right way to do it for me. Let me make sure. Yeah, I got it on there. Can't believe I got it on there on the first try. Just doesn't happen usually, right? Let me take this thing off over here. Okay. Now, while it's wet, we're going to fold this paper back. And I do it while it's wet because otherwise it's going to be real stiff like the last one. Now, see, that turns out great. And you just want to push in around that and make sure all the glue adheres. And there we have that. Okay, now, over here, oh, let me trim some of this that's hanging off the side there. Just a little bit. Yeah, that'll be good. See, on this back side, it just underwater things. So I think there was cool things in this kit. Okay, and in the book, I mean, she put a lot of cool ocean stuff in the book, which I thought was neat. And that's Lynette at Cheaply Chic. She's the designer of the book and the person that puts the kits together and comes right out of her Etsy shop. She's amazing. Okay, and I will link her below. All right, here we go. Let's do, let me get my number off. Let's do, I think I am going to have to sew this on my machine in just a second. But I have taken the envelope and folded the flap toward the front. Now, I want that to stay down. So I'm just going to go around the edge and put it down just like that. All right. And I don't like that the glue shows, so the next thing I'm going to do is I just laid my flap out and I lined up some paper straight along this way and I drew around this flap. And that's how I got the blue to go on here. Okay. I used the leftover sky paper that was from the magazine. Or the paper that was in the magazine, I guess I should say. You want to get close to the edge on this too, so you don't have the corners lifting up. Okay, just like this. All right. Just want to make sure it's flush with your book. Now, what we're going to do with this one, I really should have sewn this ahead of time. I'm going to run a stitch down the middle, and let me see what else. Let's do that first. Let me move everything over. I had not thought we'd get this far, so I didn't have my machine turned on. But it's all right. It will be fine. Okay. Now, let me get my machine turned on. There's its little noise. It likes to make noises. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's get right there. That's the best I can get right there, guys. Now, I'm just gonna do, well, let's do a zigzag. I'm gonna start off, I am gonna just go around the sides, okay? I really should not be using this machine with my glue on there, but it's just a real quick section right here. And so I'm going to go around the whole thing and give it that zigzag look, which, you know, goes really well with the theme of the book. It just kind of looks like rickrack to me. Maybe I thought it was rickrack and the whole time it was zigzag. Who knows, right? So I'm making this into a double pocket. I'm not back stitching because of the glue. I really don't want to get any more glue on my machine than necessary. Okay, now I'm going to sew right down the middle. Oh, right down the middle. Sorry, guys. And I will tie off all of the sections. Hopefully both sides are the same. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's all it took. Let me make sure my needle isn't covered in glue. It's not. So, let's get this out of the way. I think we're just flying along, guys. I have one more after this one. And I'm just going to tie the side that has the pockets so that we know that for sure we can. Yeah, you just double tie it. Just like that, and then trim off the excess. I don't like all the strings, so it's going to definitely get rid of those. Let's tie these two together. I'm finding that if you try to zigzag, if you back stitch when you zigzag, it's not as pretty. And, you know, honestly, I mean, it is more work to have to go back and tie these off. But if you're looking for a pretty much perfection, this is how you'll get it with zigzag. Okay. There is, what was I going to say? Oh, there is a, you know, you can stitch a certain way. You can just go up and down in the same spot and it will kind of tie knots there a little bit. You just got to tighten them. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and clip off this one. Oh, we just have the one. Let's go ahead and tie it. I thought we had 3 more. I was like, no, we're not doing those 3. And then this will be done. Okay. Let's get this string away. Okay, so let's start this back this direction. Let me make sure we're still going here. We're going. All right. Because this is my second video today, and you know how I am about the videos not working. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over on the back, and I'm going to put a strip of glue down all these 3 sides. Leave the flap side, no glue on the flap side. And then I'm just going to put a little glue right there in the middle, just where the zigzags are. Now, we are going to put this in the center as best you can, all the way to the edge of the book. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it is a double pocket out of an envelope. You can use any size to do this. If you do a big one, you can even do 3 pockets. You can also make this type of pocket out of your book pages that you have left over. Now, because I zigzag, the glue is, you know, coming and oozing through a little bit. That's where you just pick up and make sure nothing is sticking to your page. All right, so once I get all this sticky off, I knew this would leak a little bit. We'll be close to being done. Okay, so everything is glued where it needs to be, and I've got this cute little thing that says seize the day. I'm gonna put that up here. I just thought that was cute. Come on. I'm gonna put it right up here in the sky, right there. I just think it's kind of cute. Just making sure it's nice and straight. So there's that. Okay, so right here is going to be, these are the 2 tags that we're going to put in the pockets. And now I'm just going to slip them in for now, just, you know, like this. And we will add fibers, or I'll add fibers to them at some point. I was going to use this on here, but I think I've decided not to use it on this particular layout. Now, I'm going to glue this little guy down because I just think he's so cute. And hopefully he will stay down and hide the ugly stuff on the back. It did not turn out like I wanted it to, but what can I say? I did leave the video. I think I did a video doing this back. And I should have done it way different, but I didn't have all my product, and so yeah, so that's kind of how that happened. And do it like that, kind of like that direction. I'm gonna put it down, make sure it all goes down nicely. I did not put it around the edge so that it would not seep again. And then I'm going to put blue fibers, if I can find some, in the end of the buttons. All right, so this is the next one. My envelope doesn't look perfectly straight. Please don't look at the crookedness of my... Go ahead, I know you're going to. Okay, so here's how this turned out. Real simple, but just beachy. And that's what I was, yeah, I can't move my envelope. So it is leaning this way a little bit, but it's okay. It doesn't bug me. So if you wanted to, you could add like a, let's see what we got. I think I want to add some of this. How about this? Try to decide which one I want. I think I want this starfish. But let me look and see if I had already made plans for it, because I laid these out to go with some of the others. But I guess we're okay. All right, we're okay. So I'm going to do the starfish right here. And put a little bit more glue on the back. You know, this is dimensional, so I'm going to add a little bit more right there. Yeah, he'd be kind of just laying and hanging out, wouldn't he? Just like that. Yeah, see, this is not wanting to stay down. Lovely. It's because it's bulky with the rope around it. But I am going to add a little bit more glue under there and hope for the best. If it doesn't stay completely down, no biggie. You know, no biggie. It's because as it gets to the bottom, this big knot on here, you know, is harder. All right, so we're going to fold this forward. We're going to fold it in like this and move on to page 12. These are not in order, these numbers. I just looked for the page that says 12. Oh, while we're here, let's go ahead and put these back in from yesterday's video. Or the last video. I don't know what order these are going in. This is the pocket that kind of moved around on me, but it's fitting just fine. Okay, let me blow that. There's some junk in there. Let's do this right here. So part of me wants to kind of glue this card down too, but I don't want to cover up the other side. So, you know, I'm just going to put it right here for now, okay? And then I'll come back and do something with him later, because I don't know right now what I want to do. Okay, so now let's find 12. And we will knock out number 12. It's on one side. And yeah, right here, it's on the other side of this paper. Okay, and that's where we're going to start, right here. Now, if I have an opportunity and I have time to do one more, I will. If not, it's going to end up being just this one. Look at this little shell, or big shell. It would be big. I'm going to put it right here like a pocket, because I like that look. And yeah, I have inked it. So, just so you know, it has had ink on all of the things. Now, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to do one straight edge across, hopefully with no problems. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to flip it over, and it has a nice fit to the page. So I'm going to do just like that. Try to get it on there. Ooh, got lucky. I did get lucky. Okay, so he's kind of hugging the page with no problem. Okay, little glue boogers coming out there. Now, on here, I'm trying to remember exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, I was going to put this up here. didn't remember that, did I? Let me flip this back a little bit, and we'll just glue this down real fast. I'm using it as a sky background is basically what I'm doing here. Just want to make sure my edges are down. There we go. So let's lift this wallpaper piece. Looks like a wallpaper border, doesn't it? Under here, so, you know, so it has a sky before you go into the pocket. And that's what happens when you pre-plan things over 2 weeks or week or whatever it has been since I got it. A week, I think. Okay, now let's turn it back. We're going to use this lighthouse and seagull tag right here. Okay, and we're going to put something across the top there as well. Okay, now I was thinking of using this red zigzag, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So we know this little guy's going to go in here. Okay, but let's leave him out till it dries. And I have this lighthouse here that is like a clear sticker, and I'm going to take it off of here, and I'm going to show you. If I can't get it on that side, I'll get it on this side. Sometimes these can be tricky. You just have to get hold of it. You just got to bend it and get hold of it just right. And of course, when you want to make it fit onto this video, good grief, come on. I haven't had this much trouble with any of them. Okay, come off of there, you stinker. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. Nope, it is on the back that you go. I thought it was. I just wanted to make sure. Come on, come on. Let's see if I can get my little tool back out. My little sharp one. See if it can grab hold of it. Whoops, gonna knock everything over. So I'm gonna go back here and try to, let me make sure. It is the front, no wonder. I can't believe I forgot that. Do you know how many of these I have taken off of here? Obviously too much that it's messing with my brain. So I'm gonna put this lighthouse right here next to this shell. I'm gonna move it over a little bit because I got it on there funky. Okay, let's put it straight this time, Paula. Let's see where this little guy's gonna go. Yeah, that's straighter. So he's gonna go right here by the shell and the sand looking stuff. And we're gonna have a seagull that is a puffy seagull. And he's gonna come in, he's gonna come flying into the seagull. I mean to the lighthouse. And I'm putting him right here. I don't think I probably will not put the rickrack on there. Okay, how cute is that, right? Now, oh, that's cute. I need to put that on there. It says take a walk. No, I don't know. And I ended up also having this little fishing basket. I'm just gonna kind of put some things out that will look cute. I want to use as much of the stuff I've got as I can. And I may do some on my own at some point as well. I'll probably do one more video so I can do a flip through of this. I cannot even believe this thing is being that much giving me that much problem. Okay, here we go. It's coming up now. Just need a sharp tool. Okay, and this is a fishing basket and a fishing net that you might find down on the beach when you're taking a nice walk. Okay, and then this is gonna go here. Okay, and I was gonna put this take a walk. I don't know that it goes with everything, but it's busy, but I like it. I also have this red anchor, but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna put it on because I wanna put on the take a walk. And we're gonna put it right up here. I was gonna put it on the other tag because the other tag didn't have a stamped image on it, and I wanna use my stamped images. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. But I also have this cute little card that we did, the Ugly Mixed Media. I'm thinking that I might want to attach it like that. And if I do, I might do it with a stapler and ink, both. So let's do this. I'm going to put it in this corner right here. And then we know it's going to stick down also with the staple. Let's see how far back. Okay. I just want to make sure that the glue is not oozing out. This is an old card. You can tell it's old. They just have a certain look. There we go. And see, it will just flip open. Voila. Now, let me get my, let's get some sandy colors. We could put a blue in there too. Maybe a red. And maybe something sandy, if I can find it. I like this. Let's do the eyelash trim. I don't know if we want to do the red. Let's do blue and the eyelash trim. Let's see. Or just the eyelash trim. I really just like that. Okay, and I usually, when I do mine, I usually just put it through and tie it into a knot because you have less hassle with it when it's eyelash trim because it's kind of slippery. You'll have less of a hassle if you just double tie it in a knot and be done with it. And it just looks all shaggy, which I love when it looks that way. So I'm going to take some off here. All right, there we go. Now, it is going to go right into here. And I just like the shagginess of it. Just kind of all over the place, you know. All right, so I'm going to add a staple to make sure this stays on right here and right under the shell. There we go. All right. How cute did that turn out? All right, guys, I hope that if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, that you will do that today. You just click the red subscribe button, and if you hit the bell and go down and select all, you'll be able to see on your email when I post a new video each time. Tell your friends about my channel if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that a lot. I'm going to do one flip through on this book after I finish it. I've got a few more pages, and then that will be the last video until the end of October or so, right in that area. It may be earlier, but it just depends on how everything goes. We're old and slow. All right, guys, I love all of you. welcome all new subscribers, and thank you to all the ones that are subscribed already. I appreciate you. See you later. Bye-bye.